Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Prolific Mindset Podcast. We're going to do something a little bit different today. You're going to catch me mid-conversation with my producer. I hope you enjoy. I'm a Sagittarius. We're doing you a favor when we leave you alone, or you leave us alone. And he leaves you alone, that's the best blessing you can get. But if you go start instigating him, petty at his best. Petty at his best, one-on-one. I don't even want to be petty, but you brought the shit out of me. They said, when you go lower, I even go lower. Yes, I am. I'm going to be petty, sarcastic, an asshole, everything to you. So you understand how I felt when you didn't tell me when I gave you the opportunity. Don't come to me. Leave me alone, bro. I'm telling you. Your best bet is when you burn bridges with me, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I promise you, that's the best thing you can do, because once you start instigating me, now I'm going to go off the top row. I'm from the not WWE, I'm from the WWF your ass at that given moment. I'm going to Shawn Michaels super kick your ass because you pissed me off. When I gave you the feel, hey, yo, Rick, man, I messed up. I did this and all that. But now you want to come and instigate me. Now I'm going to be pissed because you know what you did wrong. You know what you did. But the crazy thing is, this is shit that gets me with people. And it started making me realize the choice of people that I'm hanging with. Once that happened, now all the pieces, everybody else around me, hey, man, you know such and such said this about you. You know such and such. Why you got to talk behind my back? You saw me in person. You had all the time and opportunity to speak to me. And I know a lot of people get intimidated of my size. I don't want my size to bother you. I want my energy to bother you. I want my vibration and my frequency to make you so uncomfortable to the point you be like, nah, I can't hang around. I can't go around him. I can't walk around him. But physically, I don't want to touch you. I've done my time being physical with motherfuckers on the football field, flag field, boxing ring. Even with that, that's the only time I'm physical. But if I got to get at a human, I'm going to destroy you with my energy, my frequency, and my vibration. I want you to be so uncomfortable. When you leave me, I want you to have the worst feeling ever. Like, man, well, Rick tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm trying to leave you with grace. I'm trying to leave you with a blessing. But you don't understand what a blessing is. So you want to come to me and bother with me. So now I'm finna go after you. So that's when I tell people, if you ever see somebody messing me up or crossing me up, I'm never gonna wish bad on part. And even if I do feel that way, I'm going to meditate and I'm going to pray as hard as I possibly can to say, yo, give me that energy, that emotion, that energy I'm wasting on that emotion to go to something positive. Let it go to, let me learn another AI skill. Let me learn how to talk to somebody. Let me get interested in this. Let me learn what my next podcast is. So that energy is not wasted in the wrong thing. Because I believe people waste energy when they want revenge. And I heard a great Chinese prophet, Chinese, all them monks
Buddhists,
and shit. They make some good ass thing. They was like, if you're going for revenge, go ahead and dig 2 graves for you and the person. But I heard on the 48 laws of power, if you're going to destroy, you better destroy all. No backing up, no, I don't forgot which law that is, but I read that law. If you're going to go to war, by all means, you better destroy everything. No, hey, we're going to calm down and destroy.
Nuke it.
Thank you. We going to Hiroshima this bitch and we go call it a day. But I had to learn as I get older that certain shit you just got to let slide, because the person was already, and people could tell me that wasn't my intent. That was your intent. Your intent, you already had the intent to do whatever you was going to do to me. And now I'm learning as I get older, when I listen to people conversate, I'm only paying attention to your intent. I'm not paying attention to fuck the conversation. I don't even care what you're talking about. I'm just trying to see, like, what's his intent? Let me see how he played this. Is he going to screw me over, or he just going to sugarcoat me? My goal used to be learn that in 10 minutes. Now I'm down to 5 minutes. Once I hear what you're trying to do, okay, cool, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk. And after that, man, I'll see what I can do. And after that, I'm gonna come back. No, I'm not gonna do it for you. Like, and then when people like, man, Rick, I'm telling you, I won't do this. I can't, because somebody burnt that bridge before. That bridge of helping is gone. It's a few people, and that's on one hand that I will help. Everybody else, bro, you got to get, he might help you, or that person may do that. But if it's up to me, no, because I want the friendship. I cherish the friendship. And if I call you my family, because I really don't call people my friends, If I call you my family, we good. If I call you associate, you are what that damn sentence say. You're only an associate. We don't kick it. We don't vibe with each other. Like I tell people, we don't smoke. We don't drink. We don't break bread with each other. We don't hold personal conversations with each other. So please keep it that way. And I had to learn, like I said, I learned that as I was growing up. I had to learn that about my attorney, that we're not even cool no more, because we just couldn't keep it a buck. He couldn't keep it a buck with me from the jump. And then when he came off the rip, the scout was like, say less, bro. I back away. I've learned that even with football, with agents, when I had to realize, I'm not gonna say his name, but the one agent, he showed me it was business, nothing personal. So now when it became that way, I kept it that way. So now when I tell younger guys, hey bro, your agent's not your friend. I don't care what you say. If your agent is your friend, because you his biggest clients. That's the only reason. But until that day, you don't make money or become a benefit for them, they don't care for you no more. It's not that anymore. And that's what younger guys don't understand when now they're making money. Every level you think everybody your friend, they're not your friend. You better start separating your friends. You better start separating your friends, your associates, and your family. And even family. I believe the universe used family to cross you because it bothers you. If it was a random joker, you would have been like, oh man, I expected this shit. It happened. But if it's your family, that's when somebody like, they got a knife and they're digging in you, and you like, damn, I've never thought my family would cross me. No way in hell your family's gonna cross you. I don't care if it's your cousin, your uncle, somebody's going to cross you to make you understand what disappointment means. That's what I truly believe. I believe disappointment will come in, but it will only come in a fashion as in if it was your family. If it's a random joker, you don't care because you probably can take them to court. You can do something to get their ass back. But when it comes to your family, you're going to sit there and you're going to feel that feeling like, damn, they really crossed me. They really bothered me. So that's why now, whoever's in my space, I really make a calculated move to allow you to be in my space. If it's not that, I don't want to bother with you. I don't want to do anything with you. So I tell myself, yo, you can waste it. I got enough white hair. Look, I got enough of this damn shit on my head. I don't want to grow no more. But I don't want to grow any more whatever it is, white or gray hair, for the reason of stressing over a human. And I always tell my mom all the time, I'll be like, yo, I don't like humans. And she was like, what the hell are you? I said, I'm a human, but I understand I'm a spirit inside of an avatar. That's it. I'm only renting this body. I'm only renting it. The spirit lives forever. The physicality, we die. That's gonna get buried, put in the ground, or burnt in ashes, or whatever it may be. But I always tell my mom that I don't like humans because I expect what a human to do, especially if they don't have great intent. Especially that, like, I cherish relationships because people don't understand how far you would make it with relationships. I text people who I don't even talk to like on every day. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Or people who I pay attention to, I'd be like, how your kid doing? Or how's something going? Or either from the last conversation, I remember what me and you chopped it up about. Hey man, how life going? Or how this going? Or like even with yourself, like even with the band, man, how the band going, man? Hey, the bass guitar, like we really get into it.
Be intentional.
Yeah, exactly. So we're intentional. So I understand what relationship, it has to be that way. And you're going to run and have relationships that is really only business. So now you have to, all right, this is business. This really a friend. And this is, I don't know, associate or somebody who you got to deal with to get whatever you need done, especially if it's business. You're not going to like everybody who you have in business because everybody's not likable. But can you make money with them? Can you create ideas with them? Like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs didn't like all the people he had and stuff. And that's a great movie. I forgot the name of the movie, but I noticed the beginning of Steve Jobs when he was doing. He didn't like everybody, but he knew with some of his programs and engineering, he's the best at it. So I got to deal with him. Not saying like he was a bad guy, but I got to deal with this person because they do a hell of a job. I learned that when I did an internship at Apple with hold on, no, that wasn't Steve Jobs. That was Bill. Was that Bill Gates? I think no. Steve Jobs was the creator of Apple, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so with Steve Jobs, and I used to walk around the building with program engineering guys, and I would see him, bro. He would tear your head off because he was looking for perfection. to the top. He wasn't looking for friends. He wasn't looking for happiness. He wasn't looking to be vulnerable. He wasn't looking to be none of that. But because he knew who he had on his team, he knew he can be just that effective with what he was doing. If people understood, we're gonna keep it business. So I had to learn that with my old attorney, it was business, cool. With my agent, it was business, cool. So I understood, all right, this is an associate, this is family, and this is business. And after that, everybody stayed in that. So when people like, yo, Rick kind of tough, I'm not tough. I'm just straight to the point. I don't want to hear bullshit. Get me out of my way. Like people with all the talking and all that. I feel like Tony Soprano from The Sopranos. When everybody always tried to double talk him or try to explain shit to him, he'd be like, yo, skip all the preambles. Get me to the goddamn conversation. It didn't we can go through that. But when I hear people explaining something to me, I'd be like, I don't want explanation because I've probably already figured it out, especially from who the person is. Because like football say, you got to know your personnel. Know your personnel because you already knowing what this person is going to do, what this person is going to say, and what you expect out of them. A lot of people tell you, don't expect certain things out of people. True. But certain people that you allow in your circle, you're going, all right, cool, let me pay attention. Let me see what he about to say. Is he going to say some bullshit or he going to say some real shit? I expect certain people I go to, I'll be like, okay, cool. I know they're going to tell me some bullshit. So I'm just going to listen, let them believe I got an ear. And after that, yeah, okay, cool. And if you ever hear somebody in the conversation say, that's wild, they want that shit to end. Because I hear that a lot of people, man, that's crazy, man. That's wild. That means they don't want to have the conversation no more. I had to learn that when I hear people, oh, cool, bet. I'm done. No, Rick, keep talking. No. Because when I hear that, that's when usually people want to get out of the conversation. They want to get out of the conversation. They'd be like, bro, all you had to do was just change the topic or either say, hey, Rick, I'm going to holler at you later. Okay, cool. But, yeah, man, but it was just...
In that way, I feel like you're right. Like, people sometimes are, like, afraid to like tell you the honest like truth right there, but then it hurts them in the long run. It's like, yo, if you just say to me, yo, hey Rick, I'm cool with talking about this, but let's talk about how you did this, whatever. Change it. Be engaging and not just sit there and be like thinking about yourself. How am I getting out of this? Let me give him some. Oh yeah, that's wild. Oh, that's crazy. Oh wow. Like
and you wasted the energy. Like I said, you wasted the energy in this when you could have just been straight. That's why I always say I love people that are just straightforward. I don't care if you're brutally honest. You're straightforward. I'd be like, yo, I love you. Don't matter, but Rick, you're not mad because I said this and this. No, I'm just happy because I met a human. Or met a person that just want to get straight to the point and just tell me, hey, Rick, this bullshit. Hey, Rick, this is this, or Rick, this is that. So it's like, okay, cool. I respect that. I'm going to go with that, and I'm gonna leave it alone. But I just hate when people you're going to waste the energy of trying to manipulate a situation that you know you're wrong in or you messed up in or something like that, and it'd be like, bro, you really went through all this shit when we could have really ended this already. So I understand that. Like, that's why I tell people, I'm like, if you look at The Sopranos and you look at Tony, you'll understand what I mean. I don't agree with all the way he is, but when it comes to that, when you see people trying to hold bullshit conversations with him or start up a conversation because they don't know who he is, don't do it. Just be direct to the person. I don't know how to talk to this person. I don't know how to engage with this person. That's why I say the art of conversation is very fucking important. It's very important. And it's not just to learn how to conversate to keep it going, but you listening like, okay, cool, I'm hearing them. Okay, cool, I'm listening to them. All right, then and I know you listening to me by the questions you're going to ask me. You're not going to be like, oh, you got any questions? No. If you listen to me, you're going to have questions for me, and that's vice versa. If I'm listening to a person, I'm going to go back and forth because the only way I'm going to understand you completely, I have to ask you questions. I gotta ask you because I don't want to ever assume. Anybody know me? Number one rule in my rule book: don't you ever fucking assume if you got the horse standing next to you. If the horse is here, hey, X, Y, and Z, this and this and this. Okay, cool. And I hate when people say, "Oh man, well I assumed," so you didn't consider just asking me the damn question.
Have you ever heard of assuming is making an ass out of you and I?
Oh man,
assuming is making an ass out of you and I. Assume. I and you. Yeah.
That shit gets me, bro. I be like, yo, I tell people, tell people, do not assume to me. I'm the worst person. Don't assume shit. If you can ask me the question, come ask me. You can easily knock that out. But if you don't, it's like, yeah, you make an asshole out of yourself and me. I think you didn't take the consideration to figure out, hey, Rick, let me ask you X, Y, and Z before I assume. Now, if I hear it like that, in my head, I'm like, we got us one. He's not assuming. He's listening. He's going with it. He's not finna do anything else. So it like I said, the art of conversation does do so many things. Like we're next to what is the Chop Bar?
Yeah,
Lobster.
Chops, yeah.
It's called Chops. So I used to always go there, and I would always love sitting at the bar because I like hearing conversations. I always love hearing conversations. And I know people will look at me crazy because I'm usually the biggest fucker at the bar with everybody. But I learned how to crack the ice because I'm a Scotch drinker. I like Belvini. I like Macallan. I like Oban.
Yeah.
Oban. I like Jack Daniel Frank Sinatra. So when I'm sitting there and they see the drink, okay, cool, bum, he got one of these. Because somebody's paying attention to what you're drinking. And then now when you hear a conversation, because I like to listen to conversation, that's how I learn. That's why I always like hanging out at cigar bars. Always love hanging out at cigar bar. Even though there's a bunch of guys there, I love hanging out at cigar bars because they're going to talk about something. First of all, if you go to the cigar bar and there's a bunch of old heads, or let me say, more mature men that are at the cigar bar around 12 or 1 o'clock, these ain't no just ordinary guys. They may be retired, but they got some real advice for you, or they're going to be talking about something. I promise you, I could be talking to a person in front of me and I hear somebody say something about trading, or I hear somebody say something about stocks, or I hear something say about AI prompting, or I hear a topic that rings my that rings my bell. The other day, I was at the cigar bar and I had my one book. If you guys ever look down on this table, it's called the One World of Tartar. Is oh, I ain't got it here today, but but my bad. But it's hold on, let me grab it 1 second just so everybody can see. Oh. So this nice book that somebody saw me reading, and then I'm like, usually I'm skeptical sometimes because people don't like going down the rabbit hole. And this guy saw it. He was like, hey, yo, I see you reading this book over here. What is it about? And I said, it's the lost world of Tartarian, or like they said, Tartar. And he was telling me like, and then we started conversating. Then he went to the pyramids. I said, oh shit, we got some cooking here. He said something about the pyramids. Let's see where he go with it. And when he said, you know, the most pyramids are in the world are in the United States, and we don't even know it.
Really?
A lot of the pyramids, like the Sphinx. The Sphinx is in Arizona. Where's this other Sphinx at? It's in Egypt. A lot of the pyramids that you see in Egypt was already here. And the discussion I get into people, because I always tell people, if you're gonna talk to me, you better talk to me in 411 AD. Because a lot of the history, I love history. I love it. I read about it. I study it. When the guy told me, he was like, why you think we can't go in the Grand Canyon? Why you think they won't let drones in the Grand Canyon? Why you think we can't go around certain area like what it is, Area 51? When they so-called said a spaceship fell, and even though they got bases there and tunnels there, like people don't realize we have tunnels that go from California to Miami and would get you here. Now on the plane would take 5 hours. They have bullet trains underneath ground that would get you from here to Miami in an hour. From Miami to California in an hour. And we have so many going in different directions that people don't even understand. Like, and I understand it may sound like what they call it a conspiracy. Yeah. Thank you. That's what people would say. It's a conspiracy. A conspiracy had to be said for it to be true. And now it's up to you to walk your ass down that rabbit hole and go see. But yeah, it's a lot of the pyramids that are in America are in Egypt. Like if you go look at the city of Memphis, Tennessee, Orange Mound, they call it. It's a pyramid that sits off the Mississippi River, I think right against Tennessee. That same pyramid it's a city in Egypt called what? Memphis. And people don't understand that.
Wait, that's crazy.
It is, but people don't understand that and I know I'm going to have an argument for this clip, and I'm ready for it, that everything did not start in Africa. Everything started here. Before the plate started shifting.
Tectonic plates, yeah.
What is it?
The tectonic plates.
The tectonic plates. Before they started shifting, remember, all this shit was locked together. Think about it. When kids or anybody look at maps, we don't look at maps back in the 1100s, the 1200s, the 1300s, the 1400s. It looked boring to most people. Think about it. They make history boring unless you're interested into it. That's why only explorers would be those guys who, they went to the far depths or the far edges of the world to see things. It's a reason why, like, okay, cool. Me and you talked about this. But if you're going to take a flight from here to Europe or here to China, I bet my money the next time you get on that flight, if you're going straight over there, don't listen to the pilot. Don't listen to him in not one bit. Look at this monitor. Look at the screen. And I bet you never see water. You would never go over the Atlantic Ocean. You would never go over the Pacific Ocean. Even if you leave in California, you'll never go over the Pacific Ocean. You're going north. Think about it. Why would you go over Canada? Why would you go over Russia to get to China? Yes, it's a flat earth theory. I'm the flat earth guy. I believe in the flat earth. Why? Because I don't want to become religious, but go read the Bible. Just, flip to that last chapter all the way in the back, and you will see a lot of the stuff. Now, if you don't believe in the Bible, okay, cool. Because science and religion don't go hand in hand, but like I said, I love history because it tells us a lot. Like, it tells us so much that goes on here, and people don't understand it. Like, back when we was in school, everybody always said, why is the sky blue? Oh, it's a reflection of the ocean. It's an ocean that we're in, but it's not a reflection of the ocean that we see, the body of waters that we see. As they say in the good book, he separated the waters as above as he did below. People don't even understand if they go to think about it. We talk about space so much. I don't understand. I love quantum. I love the quantum telescope. But I hate when they keep telling us we have 1 million stars, or we have all these, we have Pluto, we have Jupiter, we have Mars. How the hell we got all that and we can't even leave this damn place? We can't go outside of it. Last night, everybody who's in Miami, last night, you saw something in the sky. They send spaceships up every day. We keep thinking it's a UFO. If a UFO wanted to come, believe me, they won't even waste they know we're not intelligent enough to even have a conversation with them. That's why at times, like in Russia or China, you will hear some of their jets trying to shoot them down, and they can't. They're just crossing over this civilization, going to Asgard. They're going to the ancestral lands. They're going to I can't say this word. The Anunnakis. I can't say that word the perfect way, but I know people got to understand. If anybody who knows what I'm talking about, the Anunnakis, they're going to different civilizations. If you actually saw what a real map looked, just of our world, you look crazy. If you look at a map out of the 1500s, there's no such thing as Antarctica. Antarctica wasn't founded until the 1800s, and it's on a map from the 1500s, and Antarctica wasn't discovered until the 1900s. And even if you go to the World Fair, well, we don't have those no more because they tore all that shit down, but the Smithsonian, they built the Smithsonian in the United States. I think the Smithsonian, I don't know if it's here or it's in Europe or something like that, but the Smithsonian was here in the United States. When they brought the World Fair, they were showing us things that we're redoing again. We're redoing everything over again. Elon didn't come up with nothing new. He just repeating history. If you get a chance, go on YouTube. And I'm not going to knock anybody who don't like the research, but just accidentally skip your hands across the keyboard to go on YouTube or ChatGPT, Claudia, or Gemini, and go on there and type in the World Fair and see how magnificent and how beautiful that this place used to be. It wasn't even called the United States. It started with a P, what this was. I'm going to get back to you guys on that, but it started with a P. But cities like New York, cities like Chicago, cities like Buffalo, cities like San Francisco, we had structures and buildings that was built and was so beautiful that we can't even redo it again. Think about this. Why you think we can't? Why you think we don't build cathedrals no more? Why we don't build those? And those are work of art. We can build these mega churches that look like tall ass big buildings, but why don't we build cathedrals? Why don't we build what you see in Europe? Why don't we keep building those over here? Because you know why? Because those wasn't churches. Those generators. I know I'm probably going. We taking a walk. We ain't even sprinting down the rabbit hole. We just taking a walk down the rabbit hole. That when you go inside those cathedrals or you go inside those old churches, notice they got organs, like the piano, those organs. Notice they don't have them in churches no more. Notice you don't see those no more because those was energies that was given off when they played them inside of a church. It gave off certain frequencies. You got to remember the only reason you like music, especially people that like rap music or like NBA Youngboy or any type of what it is, the younger music. I don't know what they call it. It's not trap music, but it's drill music. Drill music is built off 808s. Now we're gonna take you down. We're gonna take you down at 808s. 808 is your root chakra. Think about when y'all hear NBA Youngboy songs. Y'all going crazy. You going crazy over NBA Youngboy songs because it's activating the root chakra. But as soon as you hear a high pitch like a 438 hertz or anything that's 300 hit hertz, you got to remember our body is built off vibration, so it goes up all the way to our I forgot how to say this right now since I'm going down here. We have an eye right here. Think about when you go outside in the sun. Where's the first place that's smacking you on your forehead? Before you feel any type of heat anywhere else, you feel it right here. You feel it on your forehead because this is your third eye. Your third eye. How I'm gonna say your third eye work? You ever had that what it is, epiphany? Not I ain't gonna say epiphany. That I'm so Raven. What was that she always used to go through? The visions. When you have the visions, deja vu.
Yeah.
Thank you. You said yeah, deja vu. When you had the deja vu, you be like, damn, I just went through there because your third eye put you there. Why you think you have the weird feeling when you did it? Like when I'm gonna use the story for myself. When I was getting recruited to LSU, Tennessee, I seen before I even started going to recruit. Start taking visits anywhere. I seen LSU from the skybox with no lines, nothing. I could still see the color of the stands. Couldn't identify what it was. I just knew I've seen this field. Tennessee, same way. Went to Tennessee, saw it from the skybox, and looked down. I'm like, damn. And as soon as I took those visits, I stopped in my tracks and looked like, oh, damn, this is deja vu. And it's because your third eye already seen this. If you work on it, and most people say how to activate your third eye, you got to meditate. You got to meditate. You got to find some way, go somewhere for a few minutes and just lock in. Not your worldly possessions, not what's going on, your problems. How you feeding the soul, how you feeding the spirit, how you feeding your third eye is what is going to activate what you want to see. Why you think sometimes you can feel the energy? When you go to a party or you go to a restaurant, you feel the energy, you know something off. When you talking to somebody, you feel something off. That's your third eye. That's everything activating, saying like, yo, this finna go left or this finna go that. But let me take you back to Titanium. So it was basically a civilization that had everything that we have now. We didn't even have planes back then. When you see the Goodyear blimp, that was our planes. When you see how cars running electric, cars didn't roll off of gas. Think about that. Cars didn't go off oil. Cars were made off of electric in the 1700s. It's crazy that when I see people talk about like when Christopher Columbus came over here on a boat called the Mayflower and stuff. If you ever go back in them archives of libraries, go look at a picture of the boat. Look behind the boat and see what you see. You see whole cities. People don't understand the United States was already built before we started doing records, before we started writing our records. Like, bro, it's maps. It's all type of things that we have here. That's why we can't even understand the Vatican. People don't understand how far the Vatican, how deep they is, very deep. But how far they expand out, bro, they have so much history. The Vatican, the only people that really knows, and the Rothschild family, and the Rockefeller family, and the DuPonts, and the Medicis, and the red and black Pope. We always get to see the white Pope. We don't understand there's a red and black Pope. It's one of the Medicis. It's one of the Medicis. It's one of the Rothschild family. I'm giving you tips to go. I don't want to take you down there. I'm gonna let you go figure it out. You go. Hey, what I said from last episode, go do your research, and then you will understand. But this civilization was so great. We had so many inventions that we're only just repeating ourselves. It's so much history that we haven't even in depth. But the crazy thing is we'll sit here and listen to somebody else that we feel they got a PhD, that got a master's, that got some type of high degree, and they can tell us everything. A lot of the things that they tell us in this lifetime, we can't go see. Like they said, there's a space. You telling me how many y'all has been to space? How many y'all got the access to get to space? Let me put this in your brain. You remember at once upon a time, all these celebrities kept getting their ass inside these space models and all that, and try to say, "Oh man, I've been to space." So y'all just said, "Fuck an astronaut." Damn, what an astronaut got to go through a whole year when he got to get spent around so damn fast. They got to go through conditioning. They got to go through being underwater. They got to go through being in this big ass suit. So you telling me we respect the astronauts for so long because what they had to take themselves through, all of a sudden we get a bunch of billionaires. Hey, yo, we finna go up. Richard Benson from Virgin. What's the old boy from Amazon? What's the Amazon owner? Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos go up into space. Elon got a whole damn city out in Texas. He's sending rockets up every other day of the week. And the only way we see it is because it's scraping across the firmament. That's what the word I was looking for. The firmament. It's scraping across. So last night, if anybody's seen it in Miami, it was a space. It wasn't a UFO. It's a rocket that comes from Elon space is trying to find a way, how can it get outside of the firmament? It's scraping across the firmament that you see ripples come across there. It's unexplainable. We won't be able to know unless they open up the Vatican and allow us to see certain things.
And I gotta just chime in on the space, the celebrities going to space. There's a video and I watched it and I saw it from the first video. Everyone was like, "Oh, Katy Perry, like they're in space." She opened the space cabinet from the inside, and they freaked out because it's supposed to be airtight. You can't access. You can't open it from the inside. So there's a video of them going like pushing her back in and saying, "What are you doing? We have to open it outside to make it look real." Like it, and it's a full-on video. I gotta show it to you after. But it blew. I was like, they didn't go to space. Like they did not go to space.
It keep breaking the barriers of what they keep telling us is true and what's not true. It keep breaking. People got to understand, Disney World just wasn't built just for your ass to keep riding around. Paramount wasn't built. Pixar wasn't built. A lot of these film companies was already doing a lot of these videos. Think about it now with AI. What is it called? Sorrow 2? You can build a whole movie off of it. Off your phone, like I always tell y'all, they can build a whole movie off of I can't say it's SORA 2. I'm probably saying it wrong, but you can build a whole movie off of it. So who am I to say that video is true? The same way they said, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole on this one. How the hell, and I know everybody can validate it, how the hell this cell phone lose signal when you're somewhere on this thing, but you telling me somebody who took their ass to the moon somebody went to the moon and somebody sent a signal from that moon back down here. We had clear, that thing was clear. I think it went for so many minutes. It was so clear from the moon to land on the United States of America.
They didn't even have color yet. They didn't even have color on the TV yet.
Like we not thinking like, bro, they're telling us in so many ways and we're not paying attention. That's why I said we're conditioned as human in certain ways because certain things would not allow us to believe No, man, they went to the moon. They had Apollo 11, Apollo 13. You can't go outside of the firmament. You won't go outside. Only way you can go outside the firmament, you got to hit the depths of the Mariana Trench. The only way you can get outside, you have to go within and go under. That's why if you look it up, we have so many other oceans. Our oceans inside this wall is easy. It's not even that. We have oceans. We can't get outside of this bubble because we sin. But the only way you can do it, you have to go through the Mariana Trench. You have to go through the Mariana Trench just to get there. They had a video that you can look up that it was an explorer. He built some type of submarine to go all the way to the bottom. I want you to put SpongeBob in your head. Remember SpongeBob. Dude went to the bottom of the ocean, got out the capsule, got a bucket, got a shovel, and started pouring water while in the ocean at the Mariana Trench, pouring water inside of a bucket and walking across. It's a real video. He was walking across there. How in the hell can somebody pick up water? First of all, how is a lake underneath water? That's the part that blew me. How the hell is there's a lake underneath the ocean? But just so remember the galactic rules. Before humans are introduced to something, they have to be shown it. They didn't say how it has to be shown. When you look at movies, what you thought Avatar is just a movie for the hell of it? You think all these movies that, let's use this. What was that Will Smith movie he came out with about robots?
iRobot.
iRobot. Look how funny it is that iRobot came out of 10, 15 years ago. And now all of a sudden, we seen goddamn robots rolling around, built the same way. Only thing that's different, they're on Tesla. That's the only thing it is, Tesla. And now other guys who are mad scientists are building their own robots. You know what ended up happening? The bitch started malfunctioning. It started growing its own personality. It started doing its own thing. We got to remember, guys, all the movies that you're looking at, it ain't for your excitement. It's to show you something so you can be conditioned, so you don't have to have those feelings when something happens. If some type of catastrophe happen, you're going to be already norm to it. You're already going to be like, oh, okay. You're not going to unless it's a family member or somebody who got caught in that. That's the only emotion you're going to show. But for the most part, you're already conditioned to whatever they're going to do. We look up into space and we see spaceships. Some are spaceships. We're not gonna lie, but you gotta understand, they're crossing our walls to go to other different civilizations. Guys, if you got a chance, go on Google and type in outside the wall maps and watch how many other continents you see. People don't understand. These ain't the only continents. These are the only continents that's inside the wall. We have over 100 continents outside of our wall. We don't want to believe it because it's not true. So you think for some reason the Avengers is just a movie for you just to look at? You think when you look at Thor, who can come from one location to another location in a split second? It's Gaddafi had it. It's some type of ring. I remember. Damn, I forgot what they call that damn thing. It's some type of ring. The other reason why they went and got General Gaddafi is because he was finna Stargate. That's what it is. It's a Stargate. He wanted to put that in his location so he can reactivate it. We have so many Stargates in this world that we don't have the power nor the knowledge, and the gods with S are not going to allow us to activate it because we don't have the knowledge to be able to use it. Because if we use it, we're going to use it for human purposes. That's why if people don't understand, gods walked this earth before we ever even touched this bit. Think about it. When you think basketball players are just damn 7 foot tall just for the hell of it? When you look at Tartarian people, you think all those people damn near 11 to 15 foot high. We had trees that reached all the way into the skies, the same way you saw the Avatar, the movie. We had multiple of them. When you think of mountains, and they be like, oh, nah, they got one called the Devil Mountain. How the hell is the mountain cut off so smooth? But if you see how wide the damn thing is, imagine a tree. They don't want us to be able to fathom that in their heads to be like, damn, it was a tree that big? Yes. When you go to the animal kingdom, I want you to do this. Go to Animal Kingdom, have fun with your kids. Go see Mickey. Go see Donald. Go do all around Bug Life year. They haven't upgraded yet. I haven't been in a while. Go look at the tree of life, and I want you to walk around the tree and see how massive that tree is. They ain't just think about this. I'm gonna say this. There's no such thing as a new creation. There's nothing new under this sun. We're only repeating stuff. We're just hiding stuff from us and coming back out with it and making it seem like, hey, look, I just came out with an electric car. Electric car's been out, bro. Oh, we coming out with airplanes that can do this. We been had this, bro. I'm gonna leave you with this. When the last time you saw a bell, a real bell? When the last time you heard a real, not the bell that come through your child loudspeaker? You may see it at a few Catholic churches, if I'm not mistaken, or you hear a gong, but you don't see bells no more. You know why? Because bells used to heal us. That's why they got rid of they buried all the bells in the world so nobody can use it anymore. If people that's into crystals and stuff like that, if you ever go to one of their things, it's a name for it, but I can't say it off the top of my head. When you go to a store that has crystals, sound bowls, and all that stuff, if you ever go to them and tell somebody to do sound healing. Like just get in a bowl and just going across it and let it go up and down your body with it while they're doing it. Some use gongs, some use like Indian drums with feathers. Let them come up and down your body. Just doing sound. Bro, you'll have an out-of-body experience that you've never had before. And that's not magic or anything. That's just something we don't maximize this body. We use it because when somebody tell us on the news or tell us on the TV, well, you need to take vitamin D. You need to do this. You want to take vitamin D, walk your ass out there to the sun. Go out there, take your morning jog. Go and do your workout. Be out in the sun a little bit. That's your vitamin D level. We're not maximizing our bodies. We're not taking it to that point. Sound healing will help a human. Sound healing would clear the mind. Sound healing would take all the pain that you have. I'm not saying this in one session. It takes a few sessions to do this. But a disclaimer, this is only for educational purpose only. You have to go do the research. This is only for educational purpose only, so please don't take this serious. But I'm happy that you guys tuned in to the Prolific Mindset Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram. It's our name, Prolific Mindset Podcast. Or check me out on Sneaks. You'll see me putting shorts up all week. But tune in for the next time. Hope you guys you enjoyed this episode. I hope I took your ass down the rabbit hole. I hope I left you there so your ass can figure out some more of the stuff. But it was great talking to you. Bless you. Have a great one.